So, this is a continuation of a video reply to a pizza challenge issued by Cooking Preparedness 101. The requirement is to make a pizza using only shelf-stable ingredients, and that kind of limits your options on cheese. You can find a lot of toppings for pizza in cans and jars and whatnot. It all has to be shelf-stable, nothing from the garden, nothing fresh. So I wanted to try making mozzarella cheese, and when I looked on YouTube, there's naturally several videos where people have shown how to make mozzarella cheese using powdered milk. Basically, you just reconstitute the way you would for normal milk for drinking, and then add a little additional butter and use some salt and your acid, and you've got essentially fresh mozzarella cheese. So we're going to go ahead and give this a try. I've got my water heating up slowly, and I'm going to add my powdered milk to the water here in a second once this gets up to temperature, and then we'll see what happens. Alright, so a couple seconds ago the water temperature is up to about 120 degrees. I want to bring it down a little bit, so I put the simmer ring on the Trangia burner to kind of tamper the flame down a little bit, and going to go ahead and start adding the first the ghee, and then the powdered milk. Alright, so I added ghee to the water because you want to add a little bit more fat, since the powdered milk is usually a low-fat product. So you want to add a little bit of fat back into that to make it more like normal whole milk. And you know, with regards to me giving measurements and things like that, this isn't really a tutorial on how to make cheese from milk or from powdered milk. Okay, the basic concept here is all you need is milk and an acid. So I'm going to use the apple cider vinegar as my acid. I'm going to put about 2 large tablespoons in here. Well, not large, a tablespoon's a tablespoon. So 2 tablespoons worth, using just a large soup spoon. Mix that up real quick. And stuff is already starting to happen. Look at that. We have the beginnings of cheese here. So a couple of different ways to do this. At this point, I've let this sit off the heat for about 2 minutes, and it's gotten pretty thick. Okay, so there's your cheese. Now we want to strain off a lot of that whey. That, folks, is cheese. Okay, so now the next step is, once we've separated the whey from the curd, is to basically knead it. Roll it up into a ball and kind of form it and play with it and like it, whatever, and become friends with the cheese. That's what we're going to do. Squeeze it a little bit, maybe get a little bit extra whey out. And hopefully it doesn't turn into a pile of yuck, which kind of looks like it is. If it does, I'm still going to eat it. I didn't say I was going to make good cheese, just that I was going to try to make cheese. And I think I've done that. I'm going to recycle this whey as the water required to make the pizza dough, so that is not going to get wasted. Probably needs a little salt. Would lend itself well to be cooked with something with more seasoning, so I'm still going to go ahead and try to put it on the pizza. I think it'll come out okay with some seasoning on there. But you know, overall not bad. Simple, easy to make cheese. All you need is powdered milk, an acid in the form of either rennet, vinegar, or lemon juice. Vinegar and rennet probably being the most shelf-stable. You can also get citric acid in powdered form. And yeah, this wasn't very hard to make. Oh, and some added fat in the form, I use ghee. This probably could have stood to use a little bit more salt, so I'll experiment with that next time. Otherwise, not too bad.